Okay, so hello everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's AMA. Um, Obviously, thank you guys for being here. It's super exciting. We all hope you guys enjoyed the little Halloween special and the Halloween live events that we did over the weekend. It's super fun to see that, although we have had real life events, the online kind of community stuff we do internally is also very, very fun, And personally, we had a lot of fun doing it, and we hope you guys are participating as well. And that we would love to do more of this. It kind of opens our eyes to what's possible in the future, right? So yeah, small Thanksgiving event. I think it's a great idea, like little online. Definitely do a little bit like an online Discord kind of community event on stuff like probably Thanksgiving and definitely Christmas and stuff like that. I think with the lair, which I think is super fun and enjoyable. If you guys are always down for that, but it definitely paves the way for what is possible in the future, right? So first of all, we're just going to go through a couple updates today. I apologize if I sound a little bit different. I am on my mobile with AirPods, and with Mrs. 2D for today with my cats. You know, it's uncommon that this happens on AMA day, but I am still here. Yes, a joint video party would be cool. Very, very nice. I only have 4 cats at Wolf, not 50. But yeah, so the first update is that on the Halloween event, right? So, we personally feel that the digital event was a smashing success. It was cool to be able to do a couple of things, to be able to interact with everyone from quizzes to test your knowledge, drawings to test Freddy's patience, and to see how many of you could fit him into a scale of your screens, or dozens of giveaways right on Twitter and Discord. We honestly could not be any happier with how it went down. What's most important to us is, and hopefully to all of you as well, is that it was amazing to see everyone so happy and invigorated and excited and getting along so well together, right? We look forward to running more events like this, as it really did seem to spark joy within the community, and I definitely feel that going forward, it's something that we want to focus on going forward, right? To be able to, be together and create this vibe of togetherness with everyone.
Okay, so the next update is about the prizes from the Halloween event. I know over the 2 days we gave away a lot of vamps, vampresses, and bats for sure. We'll blame the witch for that one, as she was handing them out like there was nothing in the lair. But Vozoid has started messaging all of the winners. This is from all of the competitions, the giveaways, and things like that. So just be sure to have your DMs open and accepting messages if you did win something from there. As well, at the end of the Halloween event, we did link in the final announcement a few of the Twitter competitions, which were still yet to draw. So they've now finished, of course, as they're past the deadline. But we didn't actually announce the winners for those yet. So we will be sure to get the winners out for those after the AMA today, and then Zoid can continue to message all of the winners from the Blood Shop, the competitions, and from the Witch giving out the prizes as well. So it might take a few days for Zoid to get to everybody. He's going to collect all of the wallet addresses, of course, so we can send all of the NFTs across. So if you did win something, just be patient and you will receive it over the next few days.
Perfect. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, hopefully that answers everyone who did win some of the special prizes throughout the weekend extravaganza. So, yep. So the next one is regarding the Sandbox Castle. I'm not sure how many of you guys know this or did not know this, but obviously we plan to have one of the original plans on the weekend was a Sandbox Castle tour of, the lair. Essentially, this was going to be one of the slots, one of the hours during the whole weekend's extravaganza, but we have decided to we decided that because we had so much stuff planned over the weekend, that it would be more impactful if we had this as a kind of like a standalone, not to say standalone event, but like as a standalone, maybe like a AMA or a standalone session, because it's quite impactful, right? And it's something that's big, and it's something that we've been waiting on for quite a while. So obviously, we did not end up doing it yesterday, and we are gonna do it independently soon, right? So we wanted the tour to be as interactive as possible with prizes for everyone who would be attending, but which we weren't able to have for that day itself. But just reassuring everyone and updating everyone that the good news is that we still plan on having a standalone event and tour of the Sandbox Castle for everyone to enjoy. The beautiful Gothic book nerd castle. And what we plan to do with this is that we will be planning to tie it in with an AMA. So instead of normally just hearing my amazing or not so amazing voice, we'll kind of be doing it like a tour around the castle where, we'll be going around the Sandbox Castle, and then me and Ryan and Freddie will be narrating and going through the tour with you guys, and we'll be able to have some interactive, events and kind of like little games and competitions with you guys, right? Rion. Oh, Ed Wolf. I haven't said that in ages. I forgot about that one. Yes, so me and Rion and Freddie. Yeah, bringing it back. Yeah, we do be touring. So obviously Freddie will do the kitchen and the dining hall part of the castle. And yes, so that should be fun. I definitely think it's more impactful that we do it on a standalone thing. We get as many people as we can in, and we can just have fun with it, Yeah. So what do I see here in the chat? 3D session with 2D. I don't think I can, unless we find a castle somewhere in Europe or in Asia, and 2D actually goes all the way there and records a vlog touring a castle as we claim it as the SVS there. That might be a little bit difficult to do a 3D with 2D, but maybe that is a catchy title for something down the line, right? I'm not sure if I'm like a fancy cook or anything to be able to do a 3D with 2D session, but maybe we could find something down the line for that. Unfortunately, I can't do any form of reviews or anything. 2D does not drink champagne, so we can't see a 3D with 2D for that. But 3D to 2D, 3D 2D 2. Yeah, maybe we'll find something else. Maybe I'll find like the most vampire-esque meal, and I'll attempt to cook it one day, and we can film it and put it up as SVS content video or something, But until then, correct.
Okay, and the final thing for today, I don't know if Kras will want to add some words onto the end of this, but is about the game. I know a lot of people tuned into the stream on Sunday, which was great to see everyone back with Kras on the development of the game. We tuned in as well, and we'd love to see the updates, especially adding all the loading screens and things like that. But in case you didn't see on Twitter and in the announcements before, the official name for the game is SVS The Saga, which we think is a very good name, and we've wanted to release that for quite a while now, and we thought the best time would be with the Halloween when the development kicked off again. So I don't know if Kras has any more words about how much is left to do, what sort of timeline we're looking at, or things like that, but we can't wait for everybody to be playing the game as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we're super psyched to be full swing in again and get this thing wrapped up. We have probably about a month of work left, as long as all our art's in check and there's no over-glaring super flaws that could really happen. Sorry, kid just got home from school. And we are basically just super psyched for it. Hopefully, I'd say a full release sometime in December. That way we have enough time to bug fix it and stuff. I don't know where my kids are barking. I can't explain that one. But yeah, so super stoked, and that's about it.
Yes, very exciting. Why is your kid barking? Says Freddie.
Man, you can't explain some of these things.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Freddie's kid as well, I can't wait to play SVS The Saga. This game sucks. Blood the Saga Part 1, the first part. I think that is an amazing title, and I'm surprised it did not win the competition. Should I read that question out loud for Freddie, Ryan, before we continue to the actual questions?
It depends if Freddie's going to reply or not.
May
Is
I just
it possible
interject real fast? No? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
Once you
so
finish,
if
you
anyone
go.
wants to try the game, they're more than welcome to, as long as they own a vampire, vampiress, or a bat, and they have access to the verified vamp chat or verified bat chat. It's still in the pin messages. You still have direct access to the game to play it as much as you want.
Perfect. So if any of you guys want to play or try out the beta for SVS the Saga, this game sucks blood the Saga part one, the first part. As long as you own one of those three and you have access to it, obviously through the pin channel in the chat, yeah, please feel free to go through it and give it a crack and give it a play. I remember when we first launched the closed beta, it was quite popular. We had like 50, 60 people playing a day or something, right, Josh? I remember.
It was over 100. We had a lot of people playing the game every single day.
Yeah, so very, very exciting, and hopefully, once we get the ball rolling and it all is done and out, you guys will be able to enjoy it, and then we can, kind of center a lot of things around it and see how we can build it going forward. And I think, obviously, since we had a bunch of the Halloween stuff over the weekend. We will go over a few questions quickly now before we call it a day. But before I go on to the questions, I just want to quickly remind everyone that there was slight miscommunication and there was a slight oversight last week. So the Lair TV that was meant to happen last Friday at 3 p.m. EST got overshadowed and postponed. So that will be happening this Friday at 3 p.m. EST, and that is confirmed. Um, just hope to see all of you guys there and present. You don't have to wait till next Wednesday to see. Not see, I mean, you guys don't really see my face very often, but not till next Wednesday to hear Apatudi speaking. So this Friday at 3 p.m. EST, please make sure you tune in to Lair TV. It will be on Twitter Spaces, and if not, Mars is gonna, give you these hands. I expect to see everyone present on Friday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I think we can go into questions now, right?
Yep, so a lot of the questions today are about the Halloween event and the game, obviously, as they're the two main things that have cropped up over the last week. But if you do have any more questions, be sure to put them in the lair while we're asking these, and we'll try to get to them at the end. So the first one is, are there any more events planned for the future?
Yeah, there definitely will be more events planned for the future. This one includes obviously real life events as well as online community events. Obviously, after the reception of the Halloween event that we had on the weekend, following our first like online community based closed doors event, not really closed doors per se, but online community based event. We just can't wait to do more interactive things with the community like what we had over the weekend. And it kind of shows us how many people really will participate and how many people really do enjoy participating and interacting and being part of the community with everyone like that. So it's very reassuring to see that through our feedback and response over the weekend. And it's super exciting, and we can't wait to do more in the future. So obviously, some simple things coming up we could do is easy. Like very simple one is we could do a super something just very straightforward for Thanksgiving. We could do something a bit bigger for Christmas, and obviously, yeah, when we have the game being launched, we can coincide it with one of those events and festivities. I think Thanksgiving is definitely a fun one we could do. I think we will get like a Freddy versus a whole turkey mukbang type lunch thing for Thanksgiving. And that will be very nice. And then for Christmas, it will be very snowy, so I can put some of the snow up his nose. Next question is the Halloween event was great, but will we be seeing more physical events?
Yeah, so this kind of ties into the last question as well, but the short answer is yes, definitely. Down the line, this is definitely something we want to be doing. Everyone will be aware that originally the Halloween event was going to be a physical event, and that's what we planned all along ever since the last physical events back in June. but then a few weeks before it happened, there was talk about the virtual event, and I do definitely think now that it's happened that was the best way forward. It seems a lot more people were able to participate. We were able to do it across 2 days, so everyone could get involved in the giveaways, competitions, live aspects, and getting it all over Twitter as well, which I definitely think was a lot more impactful, that more people were able to join. We were able to plaster it all over Twitter, and it wasn't having the geographical and cost restrictions that a physical event would have. Having said that, the June events in both New York and London were a great success as well, and we loved the aspect there where we could actually put faces to the names, and it was a slightly different vibe to a virtual event always would be, so we definitely like the aspect of both. So like 2D just said, we will be going forward with a lot more virtual events as well. They're a lot more cost efficient, everyone can get involved, and we can do it at more different milestones as well, like you mentioned, Thanksgiving, holiday season and things like that. But having said that, we do definitely want to do some more physical events going forward, but we're just cautious on exactly how impactful they will be. For example, the likes of NFT NYC and the big conventions like that, obviously it's a lot more impactful that we have an event going at the times of those, rather than just hosting one in a random location in, say, January, for example. That's not going to really have the impact that it would of us having a presence at a large NFT event. So we do definitely want to do this going forward. Obviously, it depends on the market conditions as well. Again, it's less impactful for us to have a random event in a random month while the market's on a downturn. So we definitely do want to have these in the future, and we will have them in the future. But again, it's timing around the locations, the events that are happening at the same time, and how the market is at that time as well. The next question for Mr. 2D is, what motivates you to keep going in the market like this?
Okay, before I answer this, I'm going to quickly cover a few things. I see, will we get some poet badges or something of the sort? We definitely do want to do a spooky Halloween badge for guys who did attend correct the event. We definitely want to do something like that. Is what we spoke about in last week's AMA. I saw something else quickly. Oh yeah, Ryan mentioned something about Rion mentioned about physical event in a random location for January. Yes, this will be happening because 2D turns 28 in January. So very good, very nice. What's your favorite shampoo? I think that's a question for Mars, not the witch. Okay, so what motivates you in a market like this? So obviously, as you guys see, the market is extremely volatile. We did see a big rally and a big pump a couple of days ago, but obviously, I personal beliefs is that this bear market rally and yada yada. But despite the fact that the market is not ideal and the world economy is not ideal, we have all here committed to SVS for the extreme long term, and the market conditions don't deter us as much as they may do with other projects and other founders. But we just keep working on stuff that we have planned from back in the day, and stuff that we keep working on and innovating and adjusting to as we go by. Because what's most important is that we're just here for you guys, and you guys are here for us, and we keep trying to add new things and develop ourselves to be as big as we possibly can be, so that when the market does take a turn, we're ready to take the whole world by storm. Take Twitter and everyone by storm, and show everyone that we're a team and that we're a community, that we were never budged through the bear market. We were always here for each other, and we always will be here in the future. So and that will show and speak for itself when the market does take a turn, and that's exactly what we're working for. This was a long-term commitment, 5 to 10 years minimum from all of us. So we're definitely very happy with how much support we have from everyone. And that's the whole reason why we do what we do, right? Like, for some of you guys who been here for a while, we've been here for over a year, and I think in that time maybe we've only missed 2 or 3 AMAs, and the time that we missed those AMAs, it's because we had physical events and other things like that, right? Doesn't matter where we are in the world, even if we're not home, we're here and there. We always will commit to the VAMPs and to building the layer to as big as it can be, right? So it doesn't matter, obviously in the bull market, you see 200-300 people tuned into these AMAs. And in the bear market, we see 30-40 people, 50 people, but it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, all that matters is that we give our best for you guys, and then hopefully things take their due course, and then we get a lot of positive feedback in the future. But yeah, that answer can be like super long-winded, right? I just don't want to take too many people's time. Okay, next one for Ryan. Ryan is great to see a good amount of vamps picked up for the event prizes. Will there be more sweeps in the future?
Oh yeah, so first of all, I just wanted to say that I don't want to steal the witch's thunder because obviously it was her that did the sweep on Sunday, and she gave away quite a lot of them as prizes. But I will touch that quite a few months ago, especially when we revived the DAO, a lot of the votes were saying, "Oh, spend the money to sweep the floor, keep the price up, sweep the floor." And I'm sure everyone knows, everyone who's in here knew that that was something that we were not going to do, because long term, it's obviously not very long term at all for us to keep spending the DAO funds that could be used for much more useful things, such as the likes of marketing events and things like that, just in order to sweep the floor and us keep them in our wallet. But we did say quite a while back as well that the only time we would sweep as such would be when it is to give back to the loyal vamps, give them back as prizes and things like that. We wouldn't just want to, sweep the vamps and then keep them in our own wallets and things like that. It was always going to be, rewarding the active community on giving them back, and that's exactly why we did that on Sunday. Over the weekend, we did give away, I believe it was over 25-30 vamps across all of the competitions, the Blood Shop, the Witch, and things like that. So that would be something that we're always open to, sweeping as such, just to get them as prizes and to get them back into the active hands. We think that's definitely the best way to go forward. The people who already own vamps, the people who are still in the lair day in, day out, are the ones who are winning, additional vamps just for staying active, staying loyal, and things like that. So obviously we don't really like the word sweep as such, as if we're trying to, buy a large amount of vamps at once just to raise the floor. But obviously, in a thing such as a Halloween event, it was the perfect time for us to be rewarding people who had, put the effort in for the competitions. They'd been tweeting all throughout October, letting everyone know about the vamps. Also in the Spooky Blood Shop as well, and then in those short giveaways we did in the Discord on Monday. So this is definitely something we would be open to going forward, when it fits, the sort of rewarding the active holders, giving back, and not just giving the vamps to anyone who would then relist them under the floor, just to try and get a quick profit. We want them into the actual active hands of the holders, which I think we achieved quite well over the weekend. The next question is Crass's game going to be single player only?
Yeah, so the game is going to be. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bess, you can answer this even better.
Yes. Well, it's
Okay.
multiplayer in the way that there's leaderboards, but
yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, at its core, it's a single player game, but then obviously it can be seen as there is a competitive aspect with leaderboards, and we will be integrating stuff in regards to that as we go on.
And we have
Next
the
question.
weekly leaderboard that appears on the side as well. So we're gonna actually incorporate that, where you'll be able to submit your score after finishing the boss, which is not in the game yet. Leak.
Leak. I have seen the boss. It is very nice. So I hope you guys will enjoy that aspect of it. Okay,
I
next
especially
question
like
is
the 2D quotes as well. I've seen them in the stream.
Yeah, in it. Maybe I should add a few more, update some new ones since that was a bit outdated, add a few more Freddy's big jokes in there, maybe including some of the family members. Okay, next question for Ryan is I won a prize in the Halloween event. When can I expect to receive it?
Yeah, so we touched on this in the announcement, but we must have got DM'd this question beforehand, which is a very valid question. Obviously, Zoid is our shopkeeper, and he's going to be the one reaching out to everyone about the prizes. It is just quite a lot of logistics. We've obviously got the ones that were in the Spooky Blood Shop. We've also got ones we've given over Twitter all throughout October. Then we've got the ones that the Witch gave away as well, and then all of the 24-hour giveaways that happen both in announcements and the holders-only one, including the Chetty painting. So there obviously are quite a lot of aspects that we're pulling together, and Zoid has already started to contact people about this. So it might take a few days before you get your DM, and if you don't get your DM, it might be a fact that he couldn't reach you. So just be sure to have I know we usually say to keep your DMs closed. Obviously that's best for scams, but especially when they're coming from Zoid, be sure you can reach contact with him. Perhaps if you haven't heard from him in the next couple of days, you try and reach out to him just in case it was an aspect where he couldn't reach your DMs. But it might take a couple of days for everyone to get there. To get the contact from Zoid, and then obviously it might take another day or two as well before you receive the prize. But we're working hard this week to make sure everyone gets the prizes as soon as possible. The next question for Mr. 2D is, when is the game expected to release? Do we have any sort of development timeline, or when can we expect to be able to play it?
I think Klaus mentioned this earlier that it would be about a month, assuming everything was perfect. Correct, Josh. But then we will be putting together a timeline of everything in the meantime. And if you guys want to tune in, you can always tune into his stream and find out more and keep up to date with the progress as it comes close to being released. Is that right?
Yeah, that's perfect. We are going to be streaming at least 3 times a week right now. The Phillies have been playing in the World Series, so I'm struggling at getting up in the morning to stream, but we're going to try our best because the games are like super late at night. So outside of that, we're definitely going to be streaming more often and working on the game, getting your feedback as we play, making sure that that Freddie is happy with the game.
Correct. They're saying that we should add a bye-bye every time someone dies. It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Okay, next question for Ryan is, I love the game night part of the event. Can we have these more often?
Oh yeah, this is definitely something we want to be doing. I was speaking with Thrall and Brungus as well, and we think this is a great idea. I'm not really sure why we haven't done them before. For those who didn't come on Sunday for the events, we did first start off with a quiz hosted by Thrall, which seemed to go down very well. This was a spooky themed quiz, but we can definitely do those all over the time, whether that's just general SVS knowledge, or even if we do it where there are different topics every week, that might cater more towards people, such as like a sports quiz or something like that. But this is definitely something we want to go in as well. And then the second part, which was the gaming by Brungus, we did 2 different games, which were Jackbox games, which, if people don't know, are where the host can stream. Everyone can tune into the stream in Discord, and then on your phone or computer you can play along as well. A lot of them games host quite a few players as well. I know there are a few that hold up to 100 players, and then quite a lot of them, even if there are more players than are allowed, they can still influence the game by being in the audience as well. So we will speak with Thrall and Brungus about these. I think they're the best 2 hosts for anything quiz and gaming related, but we do definitely want to do these a lot more often, and quite a lot of the games as well don't require too many players, but they can increase to quite a large capacity as well. So even if these were more, just random times, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, it doesn't necessarily matter if too many people are able to play at the same time. We'll still be able to get games going and people having fun. So this is definitely something we're going to do more often. I know Brungus has been killing it over the last few months anyway, with the sort of NFT based gaming events, but these are definitely good ones to just be able to play with the community who are active in the lair as well. So we'll work on getting those as often as possible.
I like how you said Thrungus for a while. You might have fused them together.
See, they're just two both vibey people. I can't get them separated in my head.
Isn't it? We fused them together.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last question that we have for now is, could we potentially have some sort of large live event surrounding the launch of the game? What plans do you actually have for the game launch to have it be able to be seen by as many people?
Yep, so as we get closer to the game launch, we will be planning and announcing certain things. We definitely are a fan of doing some sort of like a live-ish event, and kind of make the game launch like a bit on a larger scale plan, because it's something that we've been working on together for so long, um, that we want to maximize it overall. So maybe we'll get Thrungus involved, and we'll try to cook something up for the lair and the gang, so we can get as many people seeing the game being launched, and we can blast it all over Twitter as usual, And I think it should be a merry old time. It should hopefully, once you guys can keep up to date in Josh's stream, but essentially it's gonna be great, and we have great plans for it, and we can't wait to it's out and it's ready and it's executed for everyone. yes, we're gonna have a nice time. And somehow these short AMAs always become 40-45 minutes long. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. No, we love Big Daddy Troll. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in for this week's post Halloween event special AMA. Please do not forget that there is a Lair TV happening on Friday, 3 p.m. EST on Twitter Spaces. With someone from our very own Lair, actually, this could be an exciting surprise. There shall be no postponements, and it shall be going through just as usual. And as always, if you guys do not tune in, Mars is going to give you guys the fisticuff. And I hope to see as many of you vamps as possible this Friday. And we'll have a merry old chat. And then I shall see all of you guys there. And on that note, from 2D and the gang, we just want to say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.